Stephen Hawking is also called as a physicist. He is well respected throughout the world for his scientific contributions to the society. He is a non-believer of God, and he considers himself as a rationalist, and he talks about scientific facts where he says he does not believe in God. And there is a book which was released a couple of years ago, one of the bestsellers, which says brief answers to big questions. In that, there is a chapter on the question called, does God exist and who is God? And the answer he writes there is, if anybody wants to define God as something or a tattva from which everything emanates and dissolves, he doesn't have any problem in accepting that as God. So in simple words, our Vedic tradition, whatever the definition our Vedic tradition gives for God, he says, this great scientist who says he doesn't believe in God according to Abrahamic religions, he accepted the truth which is given by the great seers of this Veda Bhumi. You all know in Vishnu Sahasranama that simply Bhishmacharya is saying that the tattva from which everything emanates and dissolves, that is called God. That exactly matches with the definition given by Stephen Hawking in brief questions or brief answers to big questions. Whatever declaration we have in this Veda Bhumi, it needs to be studied in depth before we brush it off. And we need to make sure it lives on and the legacy of the great Vedic tradition lives on. And to keep those values and also the great scientific knowledge that has been given by so many great rishis to be protected, His Holiness Sri Chinnajaya Swamiji started a module called Prajna. In English, it is defined as the ability to translate knowledge into action. There is so much knowledge in Veda Bhumi, but how do we translate into Acharana? That is what is accomplished by Prajna. We have thousands of children right from the age of 5 who study Upanishads, who study Ramayana, Mahabharata, who are masters in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. You may have seen yesterday and day before where about 6 or 8 children from United States of America did Avadhanam and both Vishnu Sahasranamam.
BT Seva stands for Volunteering Together for Service. ఇక్కడ మన వికాస తరంగిణి ఎలాగో అమెరికాలో దాన్ని వీటీ సేవ అంటారు. ఆ వీటీ సేవ is a registered non-profit organization. This is a youth-driven non-profit organization. Now, as I was mentioning, we have 4 pillars, service pillars. Some of the recent achievements that I would like to share with the team is the service activities are done across 30 major cities in United States. Right from Seattle to Boston and from California to Tampa, there are multiple activities that are being conducted on a daily basis. And this is all a youth-driven, non-profit organization driven entirely by volunteers. Over the last year, we have done 60 plus walkathons across United States. Now this is promoting many events like cancer awareness, childhood obesity, suicide prevention, depression, etc.